Hello! That was too much energy. Let's take it down a notch. Hi. I'm Melissa, I write books. Did you get that? Welcome to another week of writing. This one I think probably will only go through Thursday because I have a girls' weekend this week, which is gonna be fun, but there's not been a lot of time for writing recently. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna reframe that because there is always a similar amount of time to do things, and it's like, even if I have a whole weekend free to write, I will still probably only write for like a maximum of like 4 hours a day. And I'm like, I have 4 hours a day. Maybe not. I have time and I can do it and I will do it and I am doing it. Let me give you some context. This week, I am revising my adult thriller called Project Gas Station still. The clock is now ticking because my new goal to finish this revision is during the first week of September, I'd like to be done. So I'd like to be done with this the first week of September. Actually, here's what it is. It's not that I need to be done with everything. It's that I would like to start outlining a new book in the middle of September. And so I would like most of everything to be done before then, but I don't know how much this is gonna be yet. The point I'm at right now is I have made a lot of lists, and I've read through and annotated the book, and I've made a giant plot wall of everything that happens in the plot of the book, and that kind of starts before the book starts, you know, from the perspective of like 6 key different characters. And so what I need to do from there is make a list of like, what new scenes do I need to add? What things do I need to take out or tweak? Like, what is like, in a chapter by chapter page, like a checklist, what do I need to do? And so this week, I'm gonna first make that list, which I'm hoping will only take like a day. I've said those words before. And then this week we'll be writing new scenes. I think that that's the first thing I wanna do, is write the new scenes. At this point, I haven't made a list, but I don't think it's like a crazy amount. Off the top of my head, there's one like, I don't know if montage is the right word, but like collection of scenes that I can think of in Act 2. And then there's a plot line that I need to like fully add in. You know, like there's for sure 1 or 2 more. It's not that there's a whole bunch of new scenes, honestly. It's that there's a lot of changes to existing scenes that I don't actually think are gonna be that huge of changes, but I need to make that list first. But I think this week my plan is to tackle writing the new scenes, and then the next couple of weeks tackling the rest of the list. But I wanna have a complete list for sure of everything I wanna do. Also, I did my triathlon yesterday. Let me talk about, you thought you were done hearing about the triathlon. Oh, I mostly am. I kind of feel like I'm recovering from a surgery. My legs, very sore, very sore. So I'm kind of trying to take it a little bit easy today while also doing everything I need to do forever until the end of time. So yeah, this week is a little bit busier. I have things most evenings, but I do intend to do most of my writing in the morning. Anyway, that closet is open, isn't it? Thank you for being here. Let's get started with some writing. Ugh. I'm gonna try to be more like creative. Okay. Here's what I mean. I feel like so much of writing is doing the next thing on the to-do list. Like, next thing is to make this revision checklist. Next thing is to figure out all these plot points. Next thing is to write a query letter. And so it's like, yes, all those pieces are creative, and some points of the plot and points of the process are more creative than others, but I feel like I just haven't like, I don't know, been creative in a while, despite writing every day. I don't know. Really, I'm just avoiding. There's a video I need to edit before tomorrow, and I'm avoiding it because I don't want to do it. I think it's gonna be in the world of Gas Station. Like, I think it might even be a scene, but I'm not putting pressure on it. I'm just gonna write for a little bit, but I'm not gonna write anything specific. I think I'm gonna start doing that just when I feel like it. I don't know. And I'm gonna dictate. according to Patrick, feelings aren't enough to get warrants, so. This time what he wants is not for me to tell him what he wants to hear, it's for me to feel what he feels, to admit what I feel. Okay, slay. Maybe it's not a slay, but I'm feeling emotional. And I've written 1,700 words. Dictating is ridiculous. Okay, and this scene is 100% going in the book. Hey, it's Monday. They literally just started, are you kidding? Anyway. If you're wondering why that door is always open, it's because it's also a laundry chute in there, so that's why. Okay. This morning during my writing stream, I worked on putting everything into lists. So I essentially just looked at the giant board and I was like, okay, what are things I need to add? So then I just made a list on paper of like, from this list, what are the obvious things, like new scenes, new plot lines, new chapters, and then I put that into a different list. So I'm taking this mega list of all the things that are wrong or need changes or need new scenes or need updates. Some of them are just bullet point like questions, and I'm putting them into like, what is the solution for that? Where does it go into the what chapter does it go in? So then I'm hoping to finish that today. Brielle and Mick are live tonight, so I'm gonna watch them and hopefully get through that list and just like put everything into the chapter by chapter, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll start doing it. I just keep having the same questions, like I just over and over again. I'm like, oh yeah, this happens. And I'm like, does that happen? Is that what should happen? Does that make sense for that to happen? Am I crazy? What's happening? You know? And like Brielle was saying in her video from today, which was probably last Monday, just go back and watch every video that Brielle's ever made and you'll find it. What was it even about? About your writing being bad and how like, and I think it's good to take the pressure off of these choices because you can always like, you'll know if it's the wrong choice because you'll feel it. And then it's like, that also gives you more clarity. I'm saying it really not as eloquently as she did, but yes, that is my plan. I also am meeting with my CP tonight. So I gotta read all of her stuff. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. I'm doing it like 4 hours before we meet again. I am the worst. It is going well. I also just feel like I'm overwhelmed. There's a lot of things I'm supposed to be doing right now, but it's fine. I'll see you tonight. It's Monday night and my brain hurts. I've been thinking too much. I'm currently watching Meg and Brielle slaying the game as always. I'm actually just gonna tonight finish up. I just have one section of my critique partner's book to read and I am wanting to know what happens. So I'm gonna read that this evening, but my brain is like actually melting. In that meeting, she finished my book, and so we were talking about some things that I could change to the wedding season, which I'm not working on, but I want to because I want to change things. But I'm gonna reflect on that later. But then I'm also just still in the middle of, well, obviously, the revision of Gas Station, and like, I just feel like I'm thinking about too many things. But I'm excited to finish this book, so I'm gonna do that. You guys look at my live reactions. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of reactions because this book is so twisty and I have literally no idea where it's going, but I'm very invested. How dare you do this to me? How dare you do this to me? I knew it. I knew it, Sylvia. Oh my gosh. He needs to go to therapy. Oh my gosh. I'm in shock. I'm in shock. Oh my gosh. You guys, I have just found something crazy. It's actually not crazy. It's actually probably very common knowledge. I looked up how do bank robbers usually escape? Just generally, it was just a general question. And I found on the FBI's website, there's all these statistics about bank robberies and you can do them by year. And it's crazy because there's all these different, it tells you what office they went to, what district they were in. Okay, and this is so interesting how they did it. Did they use a note? Did they use a gun? Did they use a handgun? What other weapons? Oral demand, all the different stats of injuries, different types of banks. Are you kidding? What day of the week? What time of the week? Catch me. Oh, this is gonna be such a distraction. Research. I'm looking at the stats from 2003 compared to 2022. In 2022, there were 1,400 bank robberies, commercial bank robberies. And In 2003, there were 6,500 bank robberies. I think I like knew this. Okay, loot was not taken in 613 of these, actually 7,600 violations. And most of it was cash, $72 million in cash. This is so wild. But 5,000 of the 9,000 people involved in them were identified. 49% were determined to be users of narcotics, and 18% were found to have been previously convicted of either 18% were found to have been previously convicted in other federal or state court for bank robbery, burglary, or larceny. If you were wondering the difference, robbery, I don't know. I think it's from a person, burglary is from an institution, and larceny is like the intent to like rob a place, you know? I think, don't quote me on that. Most of them happened not on weekends, actually. It's pretty even throughout the day, but most of them happened between 9 and 11 a.m. This is so interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm going a little silly. Let's do like a Tuesday. Most of them happened in the branch office. See, now most of them happen like online. In the commercial district in a metro area. Most of them happen over the counter, and it's so interesting because it breaks it down by like, do they happen from a counter or a vault or a safe deposit area or an office area? And now it's mostly like online. Interesting. Okay. Most of them still use like a demand or an oral demand or like a weapon threatened. Actually, a weapon threatened, wait. There's so many more like injuries and deaths. Most of the deaths are from the people committing the bank robbery though, so if you're planning on robbing a bank, you probably will die. And most of the time, the people who are taken hostage are employees. Okay, that's so interesting. There were only 36 out of those 6,000 bank robberies, I think, that held hostages. California, by far, had the most bank robberies by like 1,000. Oh my gosh. The most wanted bank robber list. Oh, I will be looking at this man. Hello. This guy was a model and also a bank robber. Oh, that's sad. Crime Data Explorer. Put me in. Hi. Welcome to the end of the video, sort of. I'm sure I'm gonna talk for like 20 minutes now. First thing I wanted to talk about was, I think I got a question. Yes. Kokoro asks, do I reward myself for meeting writing goals? Yes. I don't ever plan, well, okay, that's a lie. So around this time last year, I did a little like revision challenge where for each act of the book that I finished, I had like a little reward system. I was like, ooh. And I planned it out, and I had like this whole big whiteboard with all these goals, and my rewards were like, for act 1, I get these little glass coffee cups that I now use like all the time. And then the second act, I got like a little galaxy light, things that were like under $20. I think they actually were maybe around 20. Things that I was probably gonna buy anyway. The act 2 part 2 I got, do not remember, but I know that I got my espresso machine maker, whatever, at the end of that whole thing. I don't know, but I did like really official rewards. But nowadays, I just kind of like internally, when I finish a draft, usually feel like going out and getting a crumble cookie or something along those lines. But I don't really plan it. It's just kind of like if I finish a part and I'm like, oh, I really want to go like, just go to Target and spend $30 or something. I'll just like go and do a reward, but I don't do like rewards for specific drafts anymore, but I have done that in the past. I also do rewards for when I get rejections on full manuscripts. I'll buy a cookie or just like a little treat for myself. That is my answer. I think that rewarding yourself for writing, it's a good and bad. I think if it helps you get words on the page, I don't think there's anything like lesser about those words because you rewarded yourself to get them. Like I think bribery with writing, which is already something that's super hard. I think if you have to bribe yourself, who cares? You still did it. The book is still written, right? And I used to do that a lot more, and now it just is like become so much more of a natural part of my routine that I don't feel the need to do that as much. So that's kind of my thoughts on rewards. What have I finished this week, everyone? So here's why I'm ending the video now. It's Thursday, and I have a girls' weekend this weekend, but people are gonna be arriving a little bit later than I thought, which is actually fine because I think I'm gonna have a little mini writing retreat out at the lake just before everybody arrives. So it will probably be like, I'm gonna go this evening, and people won't be getting there until like around the afternoon or the evening. So I'll kind of just have tonight and tomorrow to really write a bunch of scenes. Cause my goal, remember at the beginning, I was like, new scenes week, woohoo. I wrote 2 new scenes this week, which is not nothing. And I also have really detailedly outlined all the scenes I need to write. And there's like a little vignette that's probably 2 to 3 scenes. And then I have, I'm already halfway through the flashback scene. And then also there's this other situation. So I think I can do that all pretty quickly if I just like sit down and do it. So the next video will be like a little mini, literally like 24-hour writing retreat, probably less than that actually, probably like 12-hour writing retreat. So you have that to look forward to. I don't think this video ended up being super long. With the long vlogs, I don't know. They do just take so long to edit. I might keep doing the longer videos. I might break up the videos into a couple times a week. I'm kind of thinking that if I have an idea for like a sit down video for the week, then I'll do like a longer vlog. But if I don't, then I might just vlog 3 days, post it on Thursday, vlog the next 3 days, post it on Sunday, you know? We'll just kind of see. But thanks for coming with me this week. I know it was super random. I didn't really get all that much done, but it's been one of those weeks where I really thought I was gonna be super productive because of like where I'm at energy wise, and like I just finished the triathlon, so like I don't have that to worry about anymore. But it's actually just really, everything's kind of picking up for the school year. I'm not in school, but I work at a school, so it all just kind of does that. And jumping back into the book after taking like kind of a week and a half off of it was harder than I thought, but I'm still making progress. I'm still making movement, even if it might not be the amount that I wanted to. I don't know, I have a good feeling about tomorrow though, about being able to get kind of a bit done. So that's where I'm at. Let me know how your guys' projects are going. Is anybody starting to think about NaNoWriMo yet? I hear NaNoWriMo coming. It's coming. Not quite. I don't know, let me know. Or comment down below a blue heart, and I will see you next time. Bye.